Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dawn Moret, and I wanted to talk today about being gay in Putin's Russia. So Vice did a show, Being Gay in Putin's Russia, and so the election was yesterday. Donald Trump is going to be our next president, and but naturally, I talk a lot about Putin. I have a massive crush on Putin. Yes, Vladimirovich Putin. Um, and I have a crush on him on many different levels. I have a crush on his mind because of the way that he speaks and the way that he thinks. I mean, I could just see him thinking, and it's so beautiful because he's just so diplomatic when he speaks. But he also doesn't hold anything back. You know, I've heard him, just absolutely he kills it. He kills it. He's the perfect mix of being honest and also being diplomatic, and it's beautiful to watch his mind. Anyway, but I hear people when we talk about Putin, and of course I have this very huge like romantic crush on Putin too. I've never met him, but I just watch videos, like literally, like I don't watch pornography at all. I watch President Putin and translations of his speech. And that's what I mean. I'd rather watch that. There's no porn that exists that's going to be more exciting and more sexually exciting to me than watching Putin speak, especially if he's really on one. It's just the most exciting, titillating thing for me. But anyway, so I have one of my grandfather was Russian. I have not yet been to Russia. I do love borscht, and well, anyway, certain Russian values, put it that way. But the special about being gay in Putin's Russia. So this Vice special was very horrible. No, I mean the special was horrible. Although I didn't like the title of it. Being gay in Putin's Russia. And this is what I want to sort of talk about today. So basically, it's a documentary. It's like, I think it's got four different parts to it. I think I got through 2 parts to it. But it's just basically talking about how in a lot of areas in Russia, especially eastern Russia, like very isolated parts of Russia, very cold and very sort of like backwoods, perhaps we could say that. That it is not safe to be homosexual. It is not safe to be gay. And if you come out as gay and tell your friends, you can end up dead. And people they put bottles in people's asses, until they died. And there's been a lot of really gruesome deaths. Okay. So here's the thing. First of all, the title, Being Gay in Putin's Russia. Okay. So here's the deal. Okay, guys. With world leaders, okay? There's no Putin's Russia, okay? It's more like Russia's Putin, okay? Or it's not Trump's USA, it's it's USA's Trump, okay? When you're one person and you're running for office and 30 million people or 100 million people or 50 million people need to vote for you, okay? You are an elected representative of these people, okay? So it's not, well, this is my country, and I make all the rules and enforce them with every single person. No, these people are elected officials, even if they've been elected 6 times or whatever, like Putin. And so you've got to be like right at the point. So you could be the most progressive motherfucker walking around. You could be like, I think everyone should be able to be naked, and we should plant fruit trees everywhere and just walk around naked in the Garden of Eden. That's what I want. Well, you're not going to get elected on that ticket, so you've got to dumb it all down, and you've got to pretend. Well, I'm a conservative Christian, and I believe in the right of I believe in the right of the unborn. Only time will tell. I personally get the feeling, I don't think that Donald Trump gives a rat's ass about abortion. Now, one problem with that, he has surrounded himself with people that do want to see it outlawed. I don't even think he's a religious guy. So this is one thing we need. The women of America need to let him know, Trump, we're on your side, but we don't like fucking Pence, and we don't like Pence's policy. We can like Pence or not like Pence, whatever, but like I said earlier, Pence needs to be locked away safely in a metal room, fighting the X-Men for the next 4 years. And what I mean by that is give him a job and put him in a room and throw away that key, because we do not need any policy from Pence. Pence, you know, no, we don't need to go any further back with religion or conservatism when it comes to, you know, basic things like birth control. I personally am all about birth control that is like, you know, maybe herbal birth control, the rhythm method, so you're monitoring your fluids, right? And you know when you're ovulating, and you know when you're able to get pregnant. And there's a lot of things. Actually, I should do an interview with someone about natural birth control. There's a lot of different methods of natural birth control. There's also just the condom method, or the don't come in me method, because frankly, the chemical birth control strongly alters a woman. It does make us fatter. It does make us crazier. It's not really that much fun, and it does alter the body in big ways. You know, we're just finding out that men can't hack it. When we have a male birth control, they can't hack it. We've been hacking it for all these years. No. So there's other ways to do it. But this is not a video about reproductive issues necessarily. So, but the leader who wants votes, the leader who wants to be elected into office, right? They have to ride the wave. They've got to sit on the wall like Humpty Dumpty between what the people want and what the other people want, right? So they're right on that line. And then if you have like another party, and they've got, well, we're the this, and oh, I'm the that. Well, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of Republicans that don't give a shit about abortion. They just want to see smaller government. There's a lot of, well, I don't know if there's a lot of Democrats that want to see, they're pro-life. I don't know, but I'm saying the just because, okay. So an elected leader, or someone who wants to get elected, has to represent the voice of the 80% or the 50%, you know, if they've got, you know, people running against each other, and they've got to take that on. So they've got to say, yeah, I'm with you, I'm your religion or your creed or your race or whatever the fuck, okay? And it's interesting because one of the big reasons that Trump won this election, or at least the electoral vote, sorry guys, that's our system, is because he's really, really good at engaging who he's with, okay? So if he's in front of white supremacists, he's going to say it just right, so that you can't get a quote of him necessarily saying anything outright, but that he gets the vibe of the white supremacists, and he takes that and he uses it to get votes. He takes the vibe of the inner city. He takes the vibe of, you know, whoever he's with, that's who he's talking to. He's a good salesperson. He sold himself, okay? And this is not necessarily bad, because if he's touring other countries, if he's talking to different people, he's able to connect and make a rapport with them that Hillary Clinton does not have the ability to make a rapport with people. That's, I mean, her ability to make rapport is maybe like 7 or 8% of Donald Trump's. He's just really fucking good at it. And some people are. Some of us are chameleons, and we are able to build rapport with people just a little bit better. So that's a good thing. Anyway, back to President Putin. Okay, so we've got all these people, and I want you to imagine Eastern Russia. So it's freezing cold. You're stuck inside around a fire. These are also the people that were on Crocodile, folks. People that went and got codeine from the pharmacy and mixed it with gasoline and shot it up in their veins because they were so fucking bored. And you know, if you didn't have a great childhood, if you didn't have a great upbringing, you know, you're not in LA, you're not able to go to a bunch of yoga classes and work all that out and go have coffee with your friends. It's freezing cold and people are in poverty, okay? So what do they turn to? They turn to tradition, and they turn to religionism and a bunch of things that people, it's the same fucking thing with the white supremacists in the South, in the swamp, right? And they're poor and they're isolated. There's parts of America, folks. There's parts of America, you know, in the real backwoods where everyone is incested, wherever the families are all, you know, the blood is all, people are having sex with their cousins and their brothers and sisters and their parents. And there's areas where people are so poor and so isolated that it's I don't even know what, it's a clusterfuck, I guess, okay? So, in, you know, probably most countries have, you know, some sort of area like this. If they're big enough, they do, right? Okay. So the trick to being gay in Putin's Russia, and this is annoying, right? Okay, so Putin has gay people on his staff. He's, you know, you can be openly gay in Russia. You can be safe. You know, it's a-okay to be gay in Russia. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fight the propaganda for pedophilia. And we're going to go into that. I'm going to return to the pedophilia thing. Because that is a real fucking issue that the world is facing right now. The propagation of pedophilia. And I understand it's very difficult when we talk about gay rights and we talk about pedophilia on the same hand in the same sentence. And it's like, what the fuck? But this is a real thing, folks. This is a very real thing. If we've got, you know, massive amounts of pedophilia in the Catholic Church. And, you know, how long has that been going on? I don't know, forever? Is it part of their whole thing? Kinda. Yeah, it kinda is. And like, there's a lot of religions that allow for pedophilic acts, okay? In Germany just upheld a marriage between a 15-year-old girl and her 21-year-old cousin because they're refugees. And previous to that, you had to be 16 in order to get married in Germany. So they lowered the, you know, this court ruling basically lowered the age of consent to 15 for a refugee couple of cousins. They're fucking cousins. What the fuck, right? But no, that's you know, Germany. That's where they're at right now. And so, are they going to lower it again for a 14-year-old and her cousin? I don't know. You know, they're on this trip where everyone's trying to be really politically correct, and we're not racist, and we support all the religions and all the creeds and all the colors. If you have a law about 16-year-olds, don't break that for the refugees. Keep it at 16. Keep it at 16, because otherwise it'll keep falling. 15, 14, 13, 12. Oh, I can marry a 12-year-old now. No, we don't want that. 16, cool. Maybe we even bump it up to 17. Bump it up to 18, you know. We don't want to really be too progressive in child brides. I don't think that's a good goal. Anyway, so any leader has a lot on their plate, okay? And you know, that's the way they like it. That's their choice. But here's the thing. So if you are, this is where the liberal agenda comes in, okay? The liberal agenda says, well, I should be able to do whatever I want, wherever I want, whenever I want, because I'm me. You know, I get it, and I'm an American girl, and I have been incredibly privileged in many ways, and I understand that that this is the liberal privilege, okay, or the idea of privilege, right? But even I know that if I were to go to certain street corners or certain alleyways, right, and just like walk at night and walk naked, or you know, make certain choices. If I were to leave my money out, you know, visible, and there wasn't going to be, you know, there wasn't lighting or something. The point is, we need to teach our young people common fucking sense, okay? Common sense. So, if I am a black woman who's alone, right? I don't go to a midnight KKK meeting. And I don't teach my little girl to go to a midnight KKK meeting. I don't want there to be KKK. I don't think there should be KKK. But if they're having a meeting, I don't go there in the middle of the night by myself and go get naked, okay? So there's common sense, there's the way we want the world, and then there's the way the fucking world is. And we need to teach our kids Yeah, you want the world here, but you operate here. You operate here, okay? So that you don't get killed and robbed and maimed and raped and fucking fucked up. We teach our kids what is reality, how to operate in the context of reality, and then of course we have goals and we have, you know, the world we want, right? But we can't go around this airy fairy fucking hippie bubble thinking, well, it should be this way, so I'm going to operate like it's this way. Look, okay, if you're gay in East Russia, if you're gay in isolated Russia, right? No, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone, and don't buy high heels, and don't put on makeup, and don't start acting, you know, gay or trans or whatever. Don't start blabbing it on the internet. What you need to do is you need to get yourself a job, a part-time job or a full-time job or whatever, and you need to save your coins up, and you need to move to Moscow, move to West Russia, move to a heavy or populated area, and then you will be safe. You will have gay friends, you'll have trans friends, you'll have a job, you will have a community, right? You need your people, okay? You need your people, and this relates to everybody. I'm sorry, but it's not just some sort of hippie, airy-fairy thing where we can indiscriminately go and do whatever, right? There's places where I can't go. There's places where I certainly can't go in the middle of the night. There's certain places where I can't go in the middle of the night and fucking get naked or whatever. Like I'm going to use my brain and I'm going to do the best I can with what. And yeah, I want a perfect world. I would love a perfect world where I could walk around naked all the time and I could masturbate in public, no matter where I was. I could leave my money out and I would never come to any harm. Beautiful. Okay, so maybe we're 40 years away from that, or 30, or maybe that would never happen in nature. I don't know. But the point is we need to teach our children through the media and through parenting about reality. Okay? So if you're in an isolated place, if you're surrounded by bigots, if you're surrounded by poor, extreme poverty, people that are blockheaded, people that have, maybe they don't have great nutrition, maybe they're stuck inside all the time because it's so fucking cold, maybe they don't have the goddamn internet. Did anyone think about that? There's a bunch of people in East Russia, they don't have computers and they don't have the internet. So they're like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years behind. They're 100 years behind, 50 years behind, right? Well, if we want to get them computers, I guess we should get the oil prices up. And then maybe they can afford some. I mean, how are we going to grow these people up 50 to 100 years over the course of, a few days or a few months, right? How are we going to wake all those people up that are in the middle of the fucking snow, living in shacks? How do we go wake them up? We don't. We get a fucking job or we fucking hitchhike our way to the big city. This is what everyone's always done, go to the big city. And God knows I should have gone to a big city. When I was young, I would have been able to not do, about 20 years of heroin, because I would have actually been in my element. And if you're a big fish and you're in a small pond, jump that pond, but do not go around with a sign that says I'm a big fish, and I like to be fucking, I like to be high fashion, and I like to be gay and trans, and I like to be this and that and the other. I like to do urine therapy, and I like to eat raw food, and I like to be a witch, and I don't like Christianity, and all these fucking things. I did all this shit in high school, and I was hated. I wasn't beaten up more than a couple times, but I was hated, and I dyed my hair different colors, and all these things, right? So there's a time and a place to come into yourself. And that's going to be in the big pond. That's going to be in the big city. Please, please, please do not accept the liberal sort of mindset of like, well, I should be able to do whatever I want, wherever I want, and then get bottles shoved up your ass by people that used to be your friends because they're so blockhead stupid and they fucking kill you. No, it's not worth that. It's not worth it. Go to Moscow. Go to Moscow, and then, if you want to come to America, there's got to be a way to make that happen. You can go anywhere you want, but you got to take the time, and you got to take the steps, okay? Do not just think that because the world should be a certain way, that you're going to make decisions that risk your fucking life. And don't believe the fucking disgusting liberal media when it encourages you to do that. We're encouraged by this idea of like, well, I'm just gonna do exactly what, I'm not gonna use my brain because I shouldn't have to use my brain. The government and the government leaders should protect me in so much with so much protection in any situation that I shouldn't have to use my brain. Sorry, the government is not a replacement for your fucking brain, right? Brain first, right? Brain first. You use your own brain, okay? And I'm giving you this advice. Use your brain. Engage your brain. There is no government that's coming to save anybody. None of our governments are here to save us. And the bigger they are, the weaker they make us. And the bigger the fucking disgusting fucking media outlets and their fucking whatever agenda they're on. Everything that we see around us is selling us something. Everything. And the media is selling us something too. Anyway, so go to the big city. Protect yourself. Use your brain. Engage with your surroundings. Observe your surroundings. Find out when it's safe and who it's safe to be honest with. And don't just assume that because you see something in a movie that it's supposed to be that way. Well, no. Those people do not know reality, or if they do, they're creating something that's fake. Find out what the reality is in your area and then work within that. Sometimes we do have to lie about who we are and who we want to be in order to survive. And I want to see people surviving. So it's up to us as the individual to observe our surroundings and to survive. Period. It's not up to the government, and it's not Putin's Russia, assholes. Even not you guys, but fucking Vice. I can't believe Vice said that. He's been in power since 1999. So that's 17 years. Okay? 17 years. 17 years versus, 400 years of history? With a bunch of people that don't have the internet? 17 years. And he's supposed to fix it all in 17 years. He's working his fucking ass off over there. Anyway, I just really like when people just step the fuck off my Putin. Vladimir is amazing. If you observe him, please go to Inessa S's channel. And you can see a bunch of transcripts. He's fucking amazing. He's awesome. He's one of the best leaders we have right now on the planet. And I don't like to hear people talk shit. Anyway, that's this video. All right, I'm gonna drink my kombucha, and we're gonna come at you with maybe another couple of these. All right, bye.